You mean you have to memorize the whole thing? Yep, the whole thing. Luckily, mine was only 9 minutes. Hi, it's Paula Harris, and it's time for another Wisdom Wednesday. So, I never have taken the time to tell you about my TEDx talk. It's called Low Tech Love, The Power of the Handwritten Note. And people have been asking me lately, partly because I wore the t-shirt today, what's it like to give a TEDx talk? And so it's a really big deal. So TEDx's are like little mini franchises, and there are about 5,000 around the world. And you have to apply to each and every one. So they often have a theme, and you'll pick it, maybe your talk fits in with their theme. So some of the things TED likes to hear about is technology. They like sort of current topics around diversity. They definitely don't want religion or politics. So I wanted to do mine on the handwritten, the handwritten note. So we called it Low Tech Love, The Power of the Handwritten Note. So I actually hired a coach because to do this process on your own is daunting, and the amount of hours you have to spend is tremendous. And Cesar Cervantes was such a great, helpful coach. So first you got to come up with your talk and a little bit of the structure. Not the full thing, but you need to come up with a 1-minute pitch. And he was super helpful on the 1-minute pitch. And it's a video that you submit with your application. And it also comes up with all the application points, because each application is a little different. Mostly they'll be the same themes, but you got to apply to each one separately. And I applied to over 60. So I did have them help me with that as well. Well worth the time, money, and effort. So I didn't write it until I found out I had a talk. And I guess things work out the way they're supposed to, but I ended up getting a last-minute cancellation. I had 3 weeks to prepare, to write the talk, get it polished up, and memorize it. Now my friend Joe, he just did a talk recently. He got accepted more than 6 months in advance, and his group required weekly coaching for about 12 weeks, where he had to keep practicing, and they would change and tweak his presentation. I will say in the end it was excellent, but by the time he did it, he was done with the talk. So mine was a lot shorter. So in my 3 weeks I had to write it, and then I hired my coach to walk me through and give me critique and feedback, and then I rehearsed some more, and then I went to a group coaching program, and he and his partner gave me a bunch of feedback. So I worked that in, spent the next week practicing. And I went to another group coaching session the Wednesday before I was flying out Thursday morning to present in Houston on Saturday. And I'm at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and I presented. He says, it was stronger last week. I was like, are you kidding? So 9 o'clock I get off, and he goes, let me do some work on it tonight and I'll get it back to you. I was like, oh my gosh. All my memorization, you memorize them what they call a palace theory. So as you go through the rooms of a palace, that's how, your first step is like your first segment of your talk. Your second step is the second segment. So I had done that. Now we're rearranging everything. Oh my gosh. I'm glad I have an 8 and quick start, and that the topic was pretty well known to me. So I had to keep practicing. So what I did before I left is I recorded myself speaking the talk. I read it, and so I could listen to it over and over again. And that helped tremendously. And then I got a good night's sleep on Thursday, spent my day on Friday rehearsing, and got a good night's dinner and a good night's sleep on Friday night. And then Saturday I had to be there at 11. I was number 10 of 12 people to go. So they started us off. They basically break the ice. They brought in a comedian. You meet the other speakers. And then halfway through we had a break, and then the next set went through. So my studio was small, which was nice. It was about 25 people. And it was an excellent sound stage, beautiful space, very comfortable to be in. But keeping your energy up for yourself, keeping your memorization going, and then keeping energy for the other people, because you're the audience often for the other people in the room. Wow, what a day. I can't even tell you. When I finished, I was so spent, so excited. And then you have to wait 6, 8, 9, 10, 12 weeks until TED processes it. And then one day you just find out it's posted live. So it is a big deal. It is not something you can just decide today that I want to do and just apply and get in. Some people may have that luck, but it's a big deal. I am more than happy to talk to anyone about more detail about the TEDx process. I am so glad I did it. I'm one of like 50,000 people in the world that can claim that they're a TEDx speaker, and it's a big deal. Anyway, that's another Wisdom Wednesday, sharing my pearls around TEDx Talks. Hey, are you following me on my YouTube channel at Paula Harris 1? If not, why not? And share this with someone who might benefit. Thanks for listening.